Hi guys, Maikeru here. This is my video on a really cool way to farm magic thread to make rune pouches. This is especially amazing for ironmen. I did this method on my hardcore Ironman and I made a rune pouch in 2.5 hours. You get so many magical threads, it's insane. The only downside is this method is a little limited and I'll explain why now. You're going to want to buy Astral Altar teleport tabs or use your Wicked Hood tokens if you're a main account. You can buy these Astral Altar teleport tabs with rune spam points. I had a ton on my hardcore Iron Man because the merchant sells unstable air runes which give you 5k points each. This would be the equivalent of 25 Astral Altar teleport tabs every time you buy it from the merchant. To get my rune pouch, I ended up spending 270 of these Astral teleport tabs. So it did cost me about 55,000 rune spam points to make one rune pouch. But if you have points laying around that you bought from the merchant, or if you have any Wicked Hood teleport tokens to make your Wicked Hood teleport you to the Astral Altar instead of the tab, and they're just gathering dust, might as well spend them on this method and get some really good use out of it. Mains make a ton of money, and Ironmen get a rune pouch super quick, and obviously rune pouch on an Iron Man is super beneficial. In addition to this, I would recommend having 3 relics. Pouch Protector and Nexus mod are the most important. The reason why these are the most important is it stops your pouches degrading, so your degraded dust pouch lasts forever, and the Nexus mod teleports you into the middle of the abyss, making your runs quicker. The Persistent Rage relic is the 3rd relic I use. The reason why I use that is because I have a shield when I go into the wilderness, and if I'm at 100% adren, I can instantly pop a barricade, freedom, and surge backwards or whatever, and I'm out of danger. It's super beneficial to have Persistent Rage, so you can always have that 100% adren if a PKer does come to attack you. Even if the PKer saps your adren, you can still reflect and resonance and all of that with the shield that you're wearing. It makes it super safe. So looking into the actual setup, I have 2 different setups, one on the left side, one on the right side. One of them is for Astral Runes, which I take a Grace of the Elves so I can teleport to the Deep Sea Fishing Hub for a very close bank. But I don't want to take that into the wilderness because it's worth lots of money, right? So when I go into the wilderness with my Abyss Run setup, I use a Phoenix necklace that can save your life. When you're gonna die, it'll res you back with like 2k HP. So it's pretty much a sign of life, which is huge. That's all I change in the Worn inventory. In terms of my inventories, I take Astral teleport tabs, obviously, for the Astral runs, and I take a shield for the Wilderness runs. So if I do encounter a PK, I'll have the shield ready to go. Bladed Dive and Mobile are super helpful here. It really increases your runs. It allows you to do so many more per hour. You want to use an Abyssal Titan so you can hold more essence inside there and you make more runes that way. And a couple of optional boosts you can take, which I didn't use on my hardcore Iron Man personally, but you could definitely use if you're like XP focused or GP focused. One of them being a Power Burst of Sorcery, that gives you more GP. So if you're GP focused, you're going to make around 2 mil GP an hour more by popping these on Astral Runes every 2 minutes. If you're XP focused, you can use Urns and an Urn Enhancer for up to 25% more XP. This is actually really good XP, and with Urns and an Urn Enhancer, you can push 500k experience an hour in Runecrafting, which isn't bad whatsoever. I'll leave a link in the description to all of these items, so if you see an item that you're not 100% sure of, I'll have the links in the description so you can check it out there. The reason why I have an action bar on screen is for quick banking, so the one that you can see right there at the bottom middle is what I would advise to use in order to bank. So as you can see, when I bank, I quickly right click and fill my massive pouch, then I press my preset, I press every single one of these keybinds 1 to 6, that will then fill up 3 things, then take from my bob and fill up the last 2 pouches. This will use up every single rune in your inventory, then you press your preset again, and then just run over to the abyss. I would advise making sure that as soon as you jump over the wilderness wall, you anticipate, so if there's a PK, you don't get stunned, and then you want to surge while right next to this wall so it doesn't share a cooldown with Bladed Dive. Then when you get close to the wizard, if there is a skeleton that you can Bladed Dive or barge to, you can do that. If you Bladed Dive a skeleton and kill it, it will reset your Bladed Dive, and obviously if you barge it, you have Bladed Dive ready to go inside as well. Then you want to craft blood runes here and teleport to War's Retreat or the Max Guild or somewhere there is a close bank. I go to the Max Guild, but yeah, like I said, War's Retreat works. Then you want to load your other preset, the one with the Astral tabs and the Grace of the Elves. Do the exactly same way of banking, fill up your massive pouch, press all the keys, and then redo your preset. Then you want to use your Astral Teleport tab and go to the Astral Altar. As it's on the overground, you have a 1-minute timer where you get the essence and the experience buff of the demonic skull. So you're still getting that right now crafting astral runes. This means you can do this 3 times in quick succession in 1 minute after crafting your blood runes to get 3 additional crafts in the time that it would take you to do like 1 abyss run, which means essentially you're getting 4 crafts every minute and a half instead of 2. This literally gives you twice as many threads an hour. You get just over 20 normally, and with this method you get around 45 threads an hour, making it just over 2 hours to get a full rune pouch. Like I said, it took me 2.5 hours, and I think I got a little bit of bad RNG here and there as well. So even with like not great RNG, 2.5 hours is absolutely phenomenal to get a rune pouch. Not only is it worth it in regards to, you know, making the runes quicker, you also get more experience an hour. As you can see here, I was getting 420k experience an hour with no urns, no avatar buff, nothing like that. It was just insane amounts of experience that you get here. So being able to push 500k experience an hour with buffs and urns is pretty damn strong. In addition to this, on main accounts, you can make a ton of money as well. I'll break down the GP that you would make here on main accounts at the end of this video. I managed to get 103 runecrafting doing this, and I made my rune pouch right here, as you can see. I now have one on my hardcore Ironman. Really nice on a hardcore, especially because it minimizes the time that you need to go to the wilderness, right? You have to do so many less wilderness runs because of the astral altar being included. Really good for my Ironman in general. So when it comes to the breakdown of GP for main accounts, it's on screen right now. You do 40 runs per hour, which is 1.5 minutes per run. Per run, you make 1 blood craft and then those 3 astral crafts. This would be 160 crafts in an hour. And you would go through 120 tabs per hour, which is why I went for about 275 to get my pouch. The GP values of all of the things that I crafted are listed below. 45 magical thread was just under 11 mil. 5,000 blood runes through the abyss would be 2.75 mil. Nearly 25 astral runes would be over 10 mil. And then if you're using a power burst of sorcery, you'd get an additional 2.3 mil in astral runes. Then you do have to factor in the cost of the pure essence and the power burst doses. Taking that away gives you a profit of 24 million GP an hour. So if you had Wicked Hood tokens laying around, or if you have some rune spam points that you can spend on tabs, this is a really good way to make money on mains, and a really good way to get a rune pouch on irons, or even just some solid runecrafting XP and astral runes. Astral runes are so important on an Iron Man, so this is really good in general. Hopefully you did enjoy the video. Give it a like if you did enjoy. Subscribe if you're new for loads of future content or related to RuneScape 3. And as always, until next time, see ya.